Hi,
Hi,
how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm also good.
Where are you right now?
I'm uh, I'm in Bangalore city. Some people are hosting me here, so I'm staying with them.
Okay, so since how many days you're in Bangalore?
Around 150 days. I came here in January.
Oh, so since then you're in
Yeah.
Bangalore only.
So I'm staying with an artist lady. So she's teaching me some traditional arts, and she has painted this painting also.
Okay, wow. Yeah. So thank you for joining us today for this live session.
Mhm.
And I'll just briefly introduce you for our viewers who don't know about
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
So this is Ankit, also known as India on My Cycle. And he's been traveling across the country on his cycle for over 1,000 days now. And why we have him here on All About Jaipur is because he started his journey from Jaipur in August 2017. That's when I saw you last. So since then, he's been traveling. Right till now, he's traveled 8 union territories and 15 states. Right
Right, right.
in India. Yeah. So, Ankit, let's start from the beginning. When you
Mhm.
started this journey, I remember in 2017, you had a completely different goal in mind, right?
Yeah.
Your goal was to travel across the country in 150 days, touch all the
Mm-hmm.
state and union territories of the country, and enter
Mm-hmm.
the Guinness Book of World Records.
Yes.
But what happened that you changed this plan? What happened in the journey that you decided to continue this for over 1,000 days?
Mm-hmm.
And today, precisely, it's been 1,015 days, right?
Right, right.
So, can you please tell our viewers that, first of all, like how you planned this, and then what
Mm-hmm.
happened during the journey that you switched this entire thing?
Okay. So yes, it's absolutely right. I started my big Indian journey from Jaipur itself on 27th August 2017, and today is exact my 1015th day. So till date, I have covered 15 states in North, West, Southern, and Central India, and 8 union territories. So my East India and Northeast India is left, and one union territory which is Lakshadweep that is pending. So
Okay.
when when I had started the journey, my idea was different. Okay, I wanted to do this journey very quickly within only 150 days, just
Yeah.
crossing through national highways of India, not learning anything, not connecting with the community because I did not have this idea. But while doing this journey, I have learned many things. I learned that people used to travel like this in ancient times on foot.
Okay.
Okay, and they used to mix into the culture. So whatever books we are reading right now about history and geography, those have been written by travelers like
Yeah.
Vivekananda and James Cook, Vasco da Gama, Jesus, Guru Nanak. They were all travelers, and they used to stay with local people and they used to mix into the culture, right? So I learned it while doing it. So my earlier idea was to create a Guinness World Record and just to have a cycling pleasure, like people do it with motorbike
Hmm.
and they do it by car. So I had started with cycling, but during the journey, I realized that this is not a real thing I want to do. I want to experience the life, and I don't want to focus only on some numbers of kilometers and your Guinness World Record. If I'm running after a Guinness World Record, so I'll not be able to learn about India, about the people.
Right.
So slowly I left that idea, and now I have become a journeyman.
Right. So, like, how has this lockdown impacted your journey? Like, you were in Bangalore since January, but
Mhm,
I'm sure you had plans in mind.
mhm.
So, how has
Okay.
this like impacted?
So no, it has not impacted me very greatly because my
Okay.
idea is to stay with people. My idea is to exchange knowledge and love with them. So I'm staying with a artist family in Bangalore, and the lady is an artist, and we are learning many traditional art of India like Madhubani painting, Gond art from Chhattisgarh, and Pichwai art from Udaipur, Rajasthan. Then many traditional art of South India, and many things related to organic lifestyle, sustainable living. So those things I am doing in Bangalore, and I visited some other places also nearby Bangalore, some like 10 kilometers or 15 kilometers nearby. So I was
Okay.
volunteering with them. Like I volunteered with a doctor who is a Padma Shri awardee, Mr. Ramana Rao. So I was working with him as a volunteer, and I was checking some villages. Then
Right.
so these are my activities in lockdown. So this is part and parcel of my journey.
Right. So there's a question. Would you like to take that from
Yeah.
Chef Shabir? He wants to know
Mhm.
some of the interesting incidents that have happened in your journey so far.
Okay. So many interesting incident has happened in my journey. I'll tell you that according to my appearance and according to my journey, in 15 states, people have named me. They have given me 15 titles. So my first title, so was a hair chopper in Kashmir. So there is a village, Shopian, which is famous, which
Yeah.
is a base of militancy, and
Right.
no one goes there because of the news and media. But I did not know that. I was crossing Srinagar, and when I reached to that village, I got four beautiful stories from that village. So one is that uh, there is one very important factor in my journey that people come and they take initiative to talk to me. Okay, that is how I make connections. So there are two Kashmiri kids. They came to know about me, and they were very surprised that I have come all the way from Rajasthan to this Kashmir village, and they forcefully took me to their home, and they asked me, "Brother, we will not let you go without having a food and cup of tea with us." And by the time I met their family, I finished my cup of tea. So they brought 2 kg apple for me, uh, and they helped me for my uh, next leg of the journey. So I told them I already have 40 kgs of luggage. I was carrying 40 kg luggage, and they were giving me 2 kilos extra. So they made a space in my luggage, and they told me to come. Then there was a national crime was happening here, Chopper. So there was a mysterious figure. They used to cut the hair of women, and no one knows that who is doing that. And being an outsider, I was I was under suspicion. So
Okay.
so those people, they were coming to me and they were asking me, who are you? What are you doing here? Are you the person who is cutting, who is here chopping? I said, no, I'm just doing a simple journey. I'm just a traveler. So they became my friend within 2 minutes. They were okay. You are doing a good work. You go. We are also concerned for our communities. That's why we are asking. So that's
Oh,
how I got 2 and 3 beautiful stories from that village. Then in Rajasthan, Jaisalmer, Pokhran, I was considered as an opium smuggler because uh, because there is agriculture of opium in Chittorgarh and Bhilwara, and that is illegally supplied to the border villages by Atlas cycle. So I was also on a
okay.
cycle, and those villagers, they are not aware about outside world. They are very innocent. So they were suspecting me. Are you the person who is carrying some afim or opium? So I said no. I'm just. So that was a funny incident.
All right. So there's another request by the Urban Seeker. She's asking if you can show some of your artwork,
Okay, right now. So I will need to
if you
connect.
have something,
Yes, I have. I will. So I have to leave the video for 2 minutes. Is it okay?
or you can bring it towards the end and show.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So another thing that I wanted to ask you was that how do you think that because of this entire COVID situation, travel industry is going to change for
Mm-hmm.
people? Because like right now, when I ask someone that what is that one thing that you are looking forward to once the lockdown opens and everything returns to normal, and they say that they want to travel because they've been in their houses since such a
Mm-hmm.
long. But
Mhm.
Obviously now traveling and going to different places is not going to be the same as before. So
Yeah.
in your opinion, like, what do you think are the changes that are going to be in the travel industry?
So travel has different purposes according to different people. Like someone wants to just travel. So I would say travel has different definitions. For me, it is a journey. I'm not traveling by air, by train, or by bus, which are crowded mediums of travel.
Right.
So those mediums which are crowded, that will be affected. But if you are traveling in a mindful manner, like the solo traveling, or when you are connecting with villagers, and when you are uh, moving, when you're commuting on your own medium, like bike or a cycle or by foot,
Hmm.
that means you are away from the crowd. So those traveling will be uh, more opted. Okay, people will choose those ideas, and that will not be affected. But the traveling, which consists of staying in hotels, consists of going to the pubs and restaurants, that will be affected because of the crowd.
Okay. So, like you just mentioned that now, modes of transportation like solo traveling, like by
Mhm.
cycle or by foot, they are going to be more, in trend.
Mhm.
So, since you've been solo traveling since over 1,000 days and you've done it before also, can you give some tips for our viewers who want to take up solo traveling but they are a little apprehensive about it? So, do you have any tips for them?
Yeah, many people they have such kind of dream, but they are apprehensive and they are scared
Yeah,
because of some responsibilities and because of some set definitions that how we will arrange funds and how we will do it. So I will say it's very simple. I was also thinking before starting this journey that how will I do this journey without any money, but and who will support me? It's a big country. Who is going to support
yeah,
me? But now it is happening very smoothly. So once we started, everything will become very easy, and your family and your friends and even the strangers, they will also come to support you. And travel is one thing which you must do, because the things you are going to learn from traveling and staying with people, no other university is going to teach you, no college degree is going to teach
right. So, if like you, since you've traveled to so many places in the country, if given a choice that out of all these places, that you have to choose one place where you
you.
can spend the rest of your life in India, which place would you choose and why?
It's a very tough question. I cannot select one place, but still, all the villages which are running on organic lifestyle, like tribal places of Chhattisgarh and organic villages in southern India, where I have learned many things about organic lifestyle and self-sustainability, about farming and sculpting, different arts of India. So those kind of villages, I would like to stay there, and I would like to work with those farmers and with those tribals. And my idea is not to stay at a permanent place for lifelong. I will choose different places, like one place in southern India, so I will stay there for 1 year. Then another place in central India, I will stay for 6 months or 1.5 years. So that is how I'm going to stay.
Okay. Now, another very important part of your journey has been that you've not spent any money on this entire travel.
Mhm.
So, can you throw some light on that? That how you've been
Yeah.
able to carry on for so long without spending any money?
Mhm. So that is my another idea, which I am promoting during the journey. That if you want to travel, real travel, so you don't need money. People always think that we need lakhs of rupees or crores of rupees to do such kind of journey. So I say no, you don't need money. Money comes at second or third place. First, you need to start it. Okay, first you need a connection with the community. Okay, and like I told earlier, I am doing this journey in the same manner ancient traveler used to do. Okay, they used to depend on barter system. Okay, they used to connect with this community. So if I'm so I stay with people. In 1,000 days I have stayed with 600 families which were very new to me. They were totally strangers, but they kept me like their own family member. And it was a learning for myself. Okay, and now I don't consider that you need money at the first place. So food and stay is never a problem for survival. You need food. Okay, so if you are a farmer, if you are a urban dweller, so I'll stay like you. If you are a farmer, I'll work with you. If you are an artist, I'll work with you. If you are a city person, I'll stay with your family like you are staying in your own family. I'll sleep like you. I'll
Right.
whatever you are. And other expenses like medical expenses. So when some doctors got to know about me that I'm doing such kind of journey, big journey, so even they did not charge me for anything, for my kidney stone, for my spondylitis, for my physical pain. They even returned their own fees to when they knew my journey. So that is how, on the goodwill of people and on a barter system, I'm doing it.
Okay. So another question we'll take from the viewers. Namita is asking that what's the worst or the best road that you've ridden on?
Okay, road in the sense of construction.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, so I think the roads of all the mountain area, although they are very, from the point of view of construction, they are not very well, they are not very good, but still they are good because they give you an amazing view of the mountain. So
Right.
the roads of Ladakh, they are very challenging as well as amazing for me. And the worst road, I think no, for a traveler, there is no worst kind of road a traveler accept everything.
Right.
So, but yeah, if you are asking me from the point of view of construction, then I will say the roads of Maharashtra, they are not very good from the point of view of construction.
Okay. Navi wants to ask you that what are you planning to do after this long journey?
Hmm. So, this question depends on when this journey is going to end. So that is
Yeah,
a
that's
very,
a big
yeah,
question.
yeah. So there will be no end of the journey. I mean, this journey will change its form. My After completing the whole India, all the four corners of India, the cycle journey will stop, but it will convert into a different journey. That, like I told you, I want to become a farmer. I want to spend my life with some peaceful village and living an organic lifestyle. So that will become my different journey, and that is my plan. You can say as a plan that I want to, whatever I have learned in the journey, I want to spread that, like about alternative education, Gurukul system, organic farming. That I want to spread through my stories among the people, through my book, or through my own experiences. So that is my
Right.
small plan.
Okay. Abhimanyu wants to know that are there any career opportunities out of this? Sustainable career opportunities.
Yes, many
Like you
opportunities.
mentioned, farming.
Yeah. So the opportunities which you learn while traveling, they will not have proper degree courses. Okay. Whatever you are learning through your experiences. And if you
Right.
see the real achievers, they have learned, like if you see many architects who have done their own uh, a set of architect course from any university. Now they are becoming uh, natural builders. Like they are building mud structures out of natural materials. Okay, then they are promoting it and they are earning it. Then there are software engineers who have turned into organic farmers and they are doing very good with organic farming in southern India. So it's like an evolution. Earlier you were something else, and now after learning, you change your course and you change your lifestyle. Then you can earn something from your own interest. And
Okay.
if you're a traveler,
There's another.
you can, if you are a photographer or if you're a traveler, so in a
Hmm.
sustainable way, you can choose any village, any area where you can set up your idea, where you can teach people in that area, and you can earn easily. yes, your earning will not be that much bigger in your like your mainstream education, like mainstream lifestyle. That will be little less, but yes, you will be satisfied.
Okay. There's another question about solo traveling. Like, are there any tips specifically you'd like to give for women solo travelers?
So that is another question people ask me that is it good? Is it safe for women? So I say I have met many people, many ladies, many girls who are doing this kind of journey. And if you are talking about danger, so I will say danger is not gender bias. Danger can happen to any gender. It happens to me also. It can happen. But yes, the degree of danger can be different. You are 100% confident. So I think you will tackle everything. Danger will be there. I'm not saying it will not be there, but you will learn how to tackle it. So just be safe and connect with the community, follow your instinct. The very important thing is you have to follow your own instinct. Then
Right.
right decision or you will deliver.
I think there's some problem in your connection. It's not very clear.
Now is it clear?
No. Do you want to like
Uh,
join it again?
okay, 1 second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So another question that we have from our viewer is that do you think you can go back to regular city life after this?
No, never. Because now I have learned the real life. I cannot go back to normal city life because now I realize uh, what I was earlier, that was not real me. I was pursuing something else that was not natural. But whatever I'm doing right now, that is naturally coming. Okay, and
Right.
I'm not putting much efforts. Whatever I'm doing right now, whatever is happening in my journey, that is happening effortlessly. So I think this is better. And earlier in a city life, I was not able to learn anything. Everything I was doing for myself. I was earning for myself. I was feeding myself, and that was just a set pattern for for the whole 24 hours. But now I can say that this journey is not only mine. This journey is for everyone. The whole India is connected. All these people in this painting you can see, they are all connected to my journey, and it's everyone's dream, which I'm living on their behalf.
That's very true. Okay. Another question by Shivani. She's asking, how do you keep yourself inspired every day?
Hmm. So I think I'm learning new thing every day. I'm not into a set pattern, and every day new people are meeting me, and I'm getting. So there are three words very prominent in my journey, which are spontaneity, uncertainty, and unplanning. So because of these three words, I'm getting inspired, and the kind of people I meet, okay, people from all walks of life, farmers, tribals, school teachers, media person, army people, laborers, and students, and inspiring people from sports and other areas. So those people, they inspire me, and when I meet them, when we exchange knowledge, so those very simple and small activities, they keep me inspired.
Okay. Right. Iron Man Coaching wants to know who was Ankit earlier and who is Ankit now.
Okay, so
That's an
uh,
interesting one.
uh, earlier I had many personalities. Earlier, I was doing a job. I was a cyclist. I was a journalist. I was a PR person. So earlier, I had many titles, but now Ankit is nothing. I'm nothing now. I'm just a simple person.
Why now you are a traveler?
No, nothing means I'll tell you the meaning of nothing. It's nothing doesn't mean there is no meaning. Nothing means shapeless. I'm not confined into any title. So I have learned that as
Can
a
take
human,
any shape that you want now.
yes. So as a human, you can master any skill, you can learn anything, and you can spread it with other people. So that means I'm nobody.
Okay. There's another question. Kalanika wants to know if we get to read your story on the printed page anytime soon. Is there a book in the offing?
Yeah, that is another dream. I want to, uh, I'm sharing my daily stories every day on social media, on Instagram and Facebook. But yes, I want to gather those stories in a form of a book, and that is
Right.
my another dream. So I will do it whenever I'm getting support for the publishing.
Okay. I'm sure a lot of people would be interested to read about your
Yeah,
travels.
yeah.
Also, Nishkarsh wants to know that if you write any personal blogs or vlogs. Nishkarsh, I think you can follow him on his Instagram. There he puts posts and stories every day about his travels and what he's doing.
It's India on my cycle, Facebook,
Yeah.
Instagram, and YouTube. India on my cycle.
Have you also made any vlogs? I remember you purchased a vlogging
Mhm.
camera before you
Yeah,
left.
there are some videos I am putting on IGTV on Instagram and
Okay.
YouTube, and
All
there
right.
are some other also. Like I don't get time now. If I don't get much
Right.
time to finish them, but I have them in raw format.
Okay. Okay. There's another interesting question by Namita. Is there any interesting puncture story, like when your wheel of your cycle just punctured?
No, those stories are not very interesting. Puncture, it's very normal. You get your puncture and then you fix it and then you go on. So that's not very interesting.
You fixed it yourself?
Yeah. That is what when you are solo traveling. So even when
Yeah.
you are going by car, you have to fix your car by yourself.
Yeah. How often does it happen?
Not very often because I have some good tires and tubes, so it is not happening very
Okay.
often.
Okay. So, lastly, can you tell us some challenges that you have faced, like not just physically, but also like mentally? Like obviously, like
Mhm.
cycling is challenging. You have to face the harsh weather also. Sometimes it's very hot, sometimes it's cold. But
Mhm.
like, I am more interested to know about the mental blocks or mental challenges that you
Mhm.
face during this journey.
Mhm. So all whatever challenges I have seen, I think they are all personal, mental and physical. No challenges or no bad experiences I have faced from outer society. So, I told you, uh, I'm always connected with people, and people they are seeing their own life in my life. So every day when I stay with the family and when I leave them, so every day I'm going through attachment and detachments because
Right.
as a human you face those situations. You like someone and you are staying with them and they are giving you so much love. And there comes a day when you have to leave them. Okay, after 1 month, after 2 months. So those are the challenges, and I think uh, that is good. That is how you evolve as a human. Okay, because these are the things we are not taught in through any degree, through any
Right.
university. So these are the things which we learn from our own life. So I would say that I have evolved, and I want to face more detachment, more attachment in my journey because that's what makes you a complete human. And for my personal body and for my personal health, I have spent time in different climates, different environments.
Mhm.
Like I was in Ladakh where the temperature was -3 degree, -5 degree. Then in southern India, which is very hot. Then central India, which is hotter. So my body has also evolved with my mind. And if you see, earlier I was carrying 40 kgs of luggage, unnecessary clothing, but now I'm carrying only 2 kgs of luggage. One pair of clothing which is I'm wearing and one pair is in my bag. I'm not carrying it. Even in the winters, harsh winters, I roam like this in half sleep. t-shirt and some shorts. So that is how my body and mind is evolving. They are facing all the outer situations and inner situations.
Right. Also, someone's asked that do you miss your family or your home?
Yes, I
I know
miss,
you met
but
a
I
lot of
don't
new
feel homesick.
people and made new
Uh,
family, but
yes, I miss my family, but I don't feel homesick.
okay,
Yeah.
all right. Any lows in your journey that you would want to talk about? Japveer is asking, have there been any lows in your journey? I'm sure there must have been, but anything in
Mhm.
particular you want to talk about?
Yes, some people who were very good friend earlier, and some people who met me during the journey, and they hosted me very well, and they became very good friend. Uh, but by the time, because this has become a very long journey, it is
Yeah.
going to be three years. So the families whom I have met 2 years ago or 1.5 years ago, so now uh, we have lost touch with each other. Okay, and they have stopped. Some of them have stopped talking to me. So when I miss them, when I remember them, those are the time I think I feel low. Okay, because
Mm.
earlier they were very good relations, and now uh, we have lost touch. Okay, and we used to feel proud about each other. So only 2 or 3 incidents when I felt low.
Okay. And someone's asking that initially you had a spine injury, so how did you manage your injuries in this travel?
I still have a minor spondylitis in my right shoulder and sciatica nerve problem in my right lower back. So I'm going with that. That is also part of pain. Pain becomes a part of your body. Okay, and so I'm going with that. I'm doing some normal stretching, and that is how I'm facing that.
Okay. Any last message that you want to share with our viewers? And of course, please show your artwork also, since our viewers
Yeah,
were also interested in
yeah.
looking at your artwork.
1 minute, I'll just bring.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll show you some traditional paintings and some handicraft which I had made. Like one is for the shirt which I'm wearing, that is khadi shirt, and I have woven it by myself. So
Okay.
this is hand woven, and when I was in Maharashtra and near Wardha. So when I was in Gandhi Ashram, I learned how to weave your own cloth. So this is the khadi shirt, and these are some paintings. This is Madhubani from Bihar. Okay, so
Okay.
these are two types of Madhubani. One is without color. Can you see it?
Yeah, it's not very clear. We can see, but
Yeah,
maybe later we can post some pictures.
yeah.
But you can show right now. I think there's some problem with your connection, so the video is not very clear.
And this is another which is colorful Madhubani. And all the colors, they are natural colors, vegetables and mud and stone colors. So there is no chemical color. Then this is Pichwai from Udaipur, Pichwai painting.
Wow.
And this is Gond art from Chhattisgarh.
Yeah.
So Gond art, which is done by tribals, and they depict the whole nature, like animals and trees. There is no goddess and anything. So they worship nature. And these are some wooden bowls and wooden spoons which I made and when I was learning how to reduce plastic and how to use wooden cutlery. So these are the wooden cutlery which many people have purchased from my experience. So so
This
I
is
will
very
show
nice,
you some of
very sustainable art.
yeah.
Right. I know, Punita, the video is little blurred, but we'll post pictures of his artworks maybe by tonight or by tomorrow. Ankit, please share some pictures also with me of your artwork so that we
Yes.
can post for our viewers
Okay.
who are
Okay, I will.
interested.
Yeah.
Okay. Any last message that you'd like to give to our viewers, and then we can end the session. If anyone has any last
Uh-huh.
questions, also please put
Um,
them in.
it's a very simple message that my journey is the whole message. My stories that how people are helping me and how I'm connecting to the stranger people, the whole population of India. So I would say that come out of your set definitions and it is for everyone, for students as well as adults, that everyone is dependent on Google and YouTube and social media to gain knowledge. But real knowledge is the society. So please keep connecting with them. And to become a complete human, you should spend 4 to 5 years to learn from society. We always spend 5 years to become a doctor, engineer, lawyer. We get 5 year degree from a university, but we don't get any degree how to become a complete human. So I think we should devote 4 to 5 years to explore. Not like me, yeah, not everyone can do this journey, but yes, you can connect with the community nearby. Go to the village, connect with a person from a different language, connect with a person from a different parent, and then you will learn how they are living, what they are eating, and that is what increase your knowledge, which you will not get from any textbook or anything.
Okay. Uh, there is the last question. It's a little personal if you want to take that. What
Mhm.
about your life,
What about my?
love life, since you are traveling all the
Mhm.
time?
Mhm. That is very tough because, according to my mindset, according to my journey, I am very unrealistic guy for Indian society. So it's very tough to live with me, and because everyone wants the set life, everyone wants their partner to be with them. So
Yeah.
I'm a very tough person to live with. So so it's like that.
Okay. Cool. Thank you so much for joining us. And I also like to express my gratitude to all the viewers who've been with us for this session and who've asked many interesting questions. If
Mhm.
you still have more questions, you can follow Ankit on India on My Cycle. He regularly posts about what he's up to there. And we'll also be posting his artwork. Since you couldn't see it clearly here, we'll be posting it on our page soon. So thank you, and we'll see you again for another
Yeah,
live
thank you.
session.
Thanks to you and thanks to everyone.
Yeah. Bye. Take care.
Bye. Yes, you too.